You're listening to Rabbi Aryeh Wolbe of Torch in Houston, Texas. This is the Jewish Inspiration Podcast.
And now welcome back to day number 187 on the top of page 975 in the last chapter of the Orchos Tzaddikim, the ways of the righteous, in the gate of fear of heaven. And now that we understand that this type of fear is beyond the depth of most people, it's very deep, and most people don't get it. Most people evaluate what they should or should not do based on the benefit that it brings to me. Even sometimes charity. What does it have to do with me? I don't benefit from it, so why should I give? Well, are you giving to give because this is God's command? Or are you giving because you have a benefit from it? Imlo yikavu sheyil lehem revach o yorchak hanezek me'aleim v'im ein achad me'elu oz hamase etzlam hevel varik. Right? So if they don't have this benefit, they don't have any gain or the warding off of potential injury, so that if neither of these elements is present, the deed seems meaningless to them. Why am I doing this? No idea why I'm doing this. Lochein hitiru lasas hamitzvah liyiras ha'onesh v'letikvas hagmul. Therefore, our sages say that we are permitted to do a mitzvah out of fear of punishment and hope for reward. We could do it after the fact. It's better that we don't do it for that. But if that's the reason you do it, it's okay. It's better than not doing it. Al kain timtza b'Torah berachos uklolos. You will find in the Torah that there are praises, blessings from God, and there are curses from God. Lahafchid lev hakore kedei sheyale mora olav. Why? So that when we learn Torah, we should have a sense of excitement for the blessing that God will bestow upon us, and have a sense of awe and fear for the curse that potentially God could bring upon us. Kimosha osim lenar avur shehu katan b'chochma v'seichel chalash eino mevin erech hatov al kein hamelamed lenar tzorech litin lo agozim u'peiros kedei she'yoreh lev hanar lilmod. We talked a bunch about education here. We know that education works 1,000 times better when you do positive than when you do negative. Here, he teaches us, the author, that when you're teaching a child that doesn't understand, you have to motivate him. And he says, you know how you do it? Sometimes you're going to have to give him snacks and treats to motivate him. People do that with their dogs when they're training them. They feed them their yummy food that they enjoy, and then they do more. Same thing with our children. Why does this child study? Not because he understands the meaning, how important it is, but because he enjoys it. He gets a good reward, so he'll do it. He doesn't know that there's a benefit to what he's learning. He considers his learning hard work. And what is he doing? To get his reward. He's just doing it for the reward. Like someone who does a job at your house. You think they care that your sink is leaking? They don't care. You're going to pay me. That's why I fix it. Because you pay me and I want to make money. That's why. She'ein ha'malacha chashuva be'einav ela b'shvil ha'revach sheba. Aval im hayu mavtichin lenar katan lomar lemor lo. Tilmad ve'etin lecha isha yafa o bayis o osher gadol o tiyeh melech Ozlo yilmad avur zev yose yisor levanar avur pri echad mimashi yisor avur kol ele. He says, if a young child is assured, learn and I will give you a beautiful wife, or a house, or great wealth, or a throne, he would not learn for this, and would be much more motivated by one fruit than by all of these, lacking in appreciation of a wife or a throne. He doesn't appreciate a wife or a throne. Ki ein libo makir tovo seisho hamelech v'chein inyan haTorah hu, and so too by the Torah leha'ir leiv ha'adam b'dvarim shuhu makiraim v'yodea shehem tovim lahamshich libo lasas tov. The way we should motivate someone to the study of Torah is by telling him things that are important to him. Lahamshich libo lasas hatov, to draw him to do the good, closer to doing the good. V'kol zeh tzarich ha'adam avur shechochmoso ktana v'chalosha v'ein bo avchana lahavchin soda inin. And all of this because this person may be limited with his intellect, and he may be weak in his determination, and therefore you can motivate him with these things. Lahavchin soda inin v'zen nikor shelo lishmah. And this is called not for the sake of heaven. But what does the Talmud tell us? Mitoch shelo lishmah bo lishmah. It's better for a person to do a good deed for the wrong reason, because eventually they'll do the good deed for the right reason. But it's always best to get into the habit of doing good deeds. Lochein, al tehei doma lanar. Don't be silly. Don't be a child. Ach tevakesh ha'emes l'chvod ha'emes. Do the truth for the sake of the truth. And this demands great understanding and discrimination. Therefore, my dear friends, therefore we have to know the power of our great, beautiful soul. Its strength, its power, and its ability. And then we will be able to, once we understand the power of our neshamah, we will see that we should put all our efforts forward in doing the right thing for the right cause. This is like a prince, compared to a prince. Nar ben shana o shnatayim shenignav mi beis aviv. So the prince, little prince, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, was kidnapped from the king's palace. And they took him thousands of miles away. O Yoser. And what happens? He was raised in the house of a villager and learns rustic ways, never thinking or even remembering of a kingdom. Because he never knew it existed. He was too young. And then someone finally tells him when he's older and he matures, someone says, you know that you're a prince. You know that you're really from the king's palace. You're the son of the king. But he didn't tell him which king is his father. He got a little bit excited. But not completely. He still doesn't know which one is his father, which king is his father. Someone else came to him later and told him, and told him which king is his father. He told him that kingdom, that palace, that royalty is your dad. Now he became so proud and so excited that he wanted to go to his father. Still, his desire is somewhat dampened by the thought that even if he went there, no one would take notice of him and no one would recognize him. Nobody even remembers me. But later the king found out where his son had been taken to. And he sent out messengers, family members. He said, go investigate if that's really my son. Remember, he has a birthmark here. Remember, he has a scar over there. Find it, see if it's him. And indeed they investigated, and they found that indeed it was the son of the king. They saw the signs. And what did he do? He sent with them noble people. He sent with them royal apparel, distinguished officers to dress him properly. To bring the prince to the king. Then his heart was soaring. Big day malchus, and when they put the royalty clothes upon him, and they put him on the king's horse that the king rode on, then he realized his capability as being a real prince. V'hayalo leiv melech, and then he had a heart like a king. V'gava ma'od ma'od, and he was very, very excited. Kach inin neshamah, that is the equivalent of our lofty soul. He bas melech, the soul that we have is the breath of God that's been instilled within us. Nefucha ba'adam, imbued into man. Mikisi hakavod v'huva beguf hameluchlach. It's from God that we've been infused with a lofty soul, but that lofty soul was placed in a lowly body. And this is the challenge. So this concludes day number 187.
You've been listening to Rabbi Aryeh Wolbe on a podcast produced by Torch, the Torah Outreach Resource Center of Houston. Please help sponsor an episode so we can continue to produce more quality Jewish content for our listeners around the globe. Please visit torchweb.org to donate and partner with us on this incredible endeavor.